Christmas greetings from Toast N Jam. Ho, ho, ho. Come on, quit laughing over there. I'm Tim Ost, known as Toast, and here he is, Paul McDonald. He's the Jam.
Yes.
So we got Toast N Jam.
Yes.
That's easy. Toast N Jam, presented by Valley City State University. We broadcast from the second floor of the Rhodes Science Center. Paul, this is episode number 99.
Wayne Gretzky.
99, yeah. Which I think is pretty incredible for a couple of radio rejects.
Well, we should have had Austin play 99 Luftballons.
You got that? Hey, Austin, do you have that one?
99 red balloons. Anyway.
Well, we have another outstanding show today. You could say it's out of this world.
Oh, no. You're already starting with the puns?
I am.
Oy vey.
Yeah. But we'll do that right after a real quick sports update. Not a lot going on now.
No. It's again, Valley City State men's and women, they are off until January 2nd and 3rd. They'll get back into conference play with Montana State Northern, University of Providence at the Bubble. Men dropped the 65-59 decision to Dakota Wesleyan here on Saturday, so everybody's off until after the holidays. Track and field, the indoor season will continue on January 17th. And then we're talking baseball and softball. The first softball game's February 6th. First baseball game, February 13th. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, not here, down in Kansas. Okay. But
you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Of course, Highlanders, too. They are off for the holidays. Highlanders last night, doubleheader. The women, the girls defeated Wahpeton 67-50. And the boys lost to a very good Central Cass team. Young but very talented Central Cass team, 87-42 the final last night. And the Highlanders are now off until after the holidays for basketball. The boys will play in the BCT here at VCSU on the 6th, 8th, and 9th of January. And the girls' next action will take on Lisbon on January 6th. Wrestling, they had their there was over 700 wrestlers between girls and boys at the Hack.
How did we fit them in Valley City?
We hit them well.
Okay.
They were hit well. They were all at the Hack. They just stayed
how do
there.
you get them to stay in Valley City all that time? That's a lot of wrestling.
That's a lot of wrestling for 3 days. So it was a big weekend for Highlander wrestling. Now they're off again too for the holidays until they'll get things started after the New Year. So that's just a little brief of what's going on with sports.
I'm still a Viking fan, barely hanging by a thread. My goodness.
Hey, they won 3 in a row, man. Come on.
I
don't care who they've beaten.
3 of the worst teams in the NFL.
So at least they're winning.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
All right.
Again, you're listening to Toast N Jam, and ways they can listen. Paul, we've been instructed to let people know how they can watch and listen to this.
The Valley City State University YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search Valley City State University. That is one way. We're on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And when you go to Apple Podcast and Spotify, make sure you subscribe. Then you'll know when new shows drop. You'll get alerted when we have a new episode coming up. And so go ahead and subscribe. We've got toastandjam.com as well. And that's where all past episodes are. And from time and again, you go on social media. You can see little snippets on the VCSU Facebook page and on X and Instagram. So there's lots of ways you can enjoy this fun-filled 30 minutes that we know is Toast N Jam.
Okay. Hey, we're going to talk about some really exciting stuff going on at the VCSU Planetarium. Talk about that. Our guests, science professor Teather Sundstrom. Mm-hmm. I got that right?
Yeah, you did.
The pride of Ariska, right? Kind of. Yeah, okay. Another homegrown planetarium director, Wes Anderson. Haven't talked to Wes in a long time. Where you been hiding? The museum?
Yes.
Upstairs.
Upstairs, too. Yeah.
Upstairs, yes.
He's also in charge of the museum here. He does a great job on that, which I'm always amazed. I know my kids, the thing they talk about the most?
The dinosaur.
No.
Oh?
The train.
The train?
The train.
I like that train, too.
The train is cool,
yeah.
Well, Valley City State is the only home to a planetarium in North Dakota. I did not know that. I shared that with a few other people this morning, too, before I left Fargo, and they go, oh, really?
And you were in Valley City for how many years? 30-some years, and you didn't know that?
33.
Okay, and you did not know that.
I knew there was one here.
Right, but you didn't know it was the only one. Right, okay.
So, How old is the planetarium? You guys can jump in anytime, okay?
I was put here when the building was constructed back in 1973. So it's the vision of Charles Walker, was a professor on campus, to bring this thing here. And he wanted it to be all-inclusive. He wanted it to be an educational tool for the students as well as the community, and to branch out across other disciplines as well, to offer history and art and whatever else that could be offered in the planetarium. And it was off Dr. Gunch, and he became synonymous with it until he passed away very early on. And Joe Stickler was the next director of it until Eileen Starr was hired in 1992. Excuse me.
What, does she have the right name for this too? Star?
Yeah. Her maiden name was Philpott. So
So good change. Good
yes.
She married well.
She divorced him, but she kept the name. Yeah.
Yeah, she must have been in radio because we change our names. You
Yeah.
know, Eileen
you
Starr
go.
on the air. Here we go.
And Eileen is where I come in at, that she developed the class of planetarium science, physics 275. And that was, as far as we know, also the only in the world was a class dedicated to learning how the machine worked hands-on through the creation of an original planetarium show. And so, the students would decide upon a topic, and they'd research that topic and then write an original script geared to a 4th to 8th grade audience. And it was then recorded on campus or at KOVC, and that audio was then taken by the spring semester and produced into a show for demonstration to the public. And so that's how I got involved, and I started in '94 under her wing, and I've been there ever since.
Wow.
The look on your face.
Yeah, that was scary.
That was like, I've been there ever since.
Oh man, let's see. That's 50 years.
Okay, your math is off, but
I
okay.
was a history major, but I know that one was
Okay.
not quite. I mean, it's gone fast.
Well, the planetarium, you celebrated 50 years, right?
Yes, that was in 2023.
23,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. If you've never been to one of the shows, and people are listening and they go, I've never been to one of those, what can they expect?
Well, I think it's just it's such a unique experience, whether you're interested in coming in and seeing the constellations, or now with our upgraded system, they can just get a really cool viewing. You can kind of feel like you're in outer space, flying like an astronaut.
And you have 50 seats, right?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. So we actually had our first show with the new projection system on Saturday, and it was a packed house. We had to pull in extra chairs, so I think there were like close to 60 people there. It was pretty.
And it's
awesome.
a lot cheaper than Elon Musk's trip up
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
up in the air, right? And then come back down. It's like you're in a spaceship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's just so many other, it doesn't have to be all about outer space. I mean, the videos that we have right now pretty much focus on that, but it does open up avenues for other learning. Like we could, like a trailer I just saw a bit ago was learning about, under the water and how the moon, affects the tides. And so,
yeah.
it's just a really cool visual.
How many shows a year would you say?
Well, we try and do at least one public show a month. That's free and open to the public. In the spring, we get very busy with school tours rolling through. So, I don't know how many of them a year. That's a very good question. I just kind of show up and do it.
At least 50, maybe closer to 100.
100?
Yeah.
100 a year. That sounds about right.
As a rough estimate.
And that's been so far. We used to have a lot more, and then things kind of changed on the landscape. And so hopefully we can bring back the numbers again. But
How about that major upgrade in November? Tell us about that a little bit.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the brain power of Wes. So
Okay. There's a lot of brain power there, too, by the way.
give me a light bulb, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, well, what we have in there since 1973 is a Spitz. So you thought they only made sunflower seeds. No, it's a Spitz 512, and it's an optomechanical system, which pretty much a big can with a lot of little holes and a big bright bulb in the middle of it, but it produces a very accurate night sky. And it also has the capability of tracking where the planets are and moving forward, ahead, or back in time on the planets in the night sky. So it's, a very accurate system in that way. And when I started back in 1994,
You got to stop saying that. You just look ghastly when you say that.
yeah, I know.
You're not that, you're not that old, are you?
He was 12 when he started.
Thank you. But the standard was with 35 millimeter slides and carousel slide projectors, and some of the toys that were made by a talent corporation that did, either one-shot planetarium outlines or other little tricks that they could do. But it was, technology as it was in 1973. And when Eileen retired in 2002, they needed somebody that could push buttons and change bulbs, and that's how they got me. And because I remember I was a history major, so I am not an astronomer. I don't play one on TV even. But anyway, my upgrade to it was going to digital light projection. And so producing the black is black highest contrast ratio and moving away from the 35 millimeter slides into digital production. And at that time, we started out with one projector, and then we worked our way up to 2, and we got to 4, and we've been staying at 4 for a while, and I've made inroads into trying to do multiple images on different projectors all at the same time to integrate them, but that never came through. And this is what we have now, is a warped media system through Ash Enterprises. And it's something I saw 20 years ago down at St. Cloud. There's WIMPs. It's Wisconsin and North Dakota, or Minnesota Planetarium Association, WIMPs. And so, yeah.
Nice name.
And that's Wisconsin and Minnesota planetariums, and so we had a convention out in St. Cloud, and they have
The WIMP convention.
All the wimps got together.
It is. They won't let me join. They'd have to change the acronym, which might not be a bad idea, but I don't know what they'd change it to. But
The museum guy.
The museum guy. Anyway, so that's how I first saw this and thought, hey, this is something that would be neat at VCSU. But they were asking $40,000 for it, which is kind of a drop in the bucket. But considering my budget's zero and goes down from there, it's been a bit much to ask for. And I've tried it. I've been pushing a little bit in the background, trying to make this thing happen. And finally, Dr. Lefebvre stepped up and said, let's make it happen. And so I have a great deal of gratitude for Dr. Lefebvre to bring this to us.
That was my next question. Where do the funds come from?
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. I'm sure
Probably
there's
best
some,
not ask.
I'm sure there's some state funding in there too,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Selling blood? I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
So, Teather, you're a science professor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
What turned you on to science?
Well,
We're going to go back a ways here.
Yeah. We're going to make her think.
yeah, that's a good question. I mean,
Was there a
I guess
teacher that turned you on to that kind of stuff, or?
I don't have a good answer for that. I always loved science. Like, it was just what I naturally gravitated towards. And I think what really drew me into becoming a professor was that I had a decent number of professors who I guess just were not teaching it the way that I could learn it.
Right.
And so I was like, I want to kind of bridge the gap. I want to make it so it's not so, big, monstrous, scary stuff. I want to, just help the kids, help the, college students learn it as it is.
Yeah.
And so I spent a lot of time just reading the textbooks. And then once it all clicked, I'm like, oh my gosh, why were they yammering on like that when they could have said this and I would have understood it then, So, and obviously, like, I'm not saying I have it, like, perfected. I know I have a lot of students who still think I'm talking gibberish, So it's still a problem with the field, right? Just especially in chemistry, because our K-12 system kind of steers clear of chemistry. They focus heavily on biology, but not so much on chemistry. So anyway, it's just something I was always interested in. And yeah, I'm happy I kind of pursued it.
How does the planetarium help students?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many ways, but it's, I've been teaching here. I think I'm in my 14th year teaching here at VCSU.
You're not that old to be 14
See, no,
years.
she said it with a smile when
Yeah.
she said how long she's been
Not
here.
shocked, not shocked, and not that shocked look.
Not yet, anyway. Nope,
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
And I think pretty much every single semester I've reached out to Wes, being like, "Hey, could you do a planetarium show for my students, for my like freshman level Gen Chem students?" And then it was just this last spring. So I've only been kind of helping in the planetarium since April, May, something like that. And so it was in the spring where I was like, maybe I should learn how to run the planetarium. And I'm like, what do you think about that, Wes? And he's like, please do. So it's kind of just taken off from there. So to be perfectly honest, I think it's such an amazing tool that our campus as a whole kind of underutilizes. So I'm hoping to kind of boost that. I'm hoping to give our students more exposure to that space and what it offers. But then as far as like how like my chemistry students or just all science students benefit from it, I mean, I'm kind of still in that learning process too.
Okay.
Because there's a infinite amount of possibilities in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, what is next? What's next on that wish list for the planetarium?
Well, and
Is
so
it
that's
long? Is it a long wish list?
money? Students.
Yes.
Deep pockets.
Yeah. No, and I say I came into it through the back door myself because I was a history social science major on campus and fell into the planetarium totally by accident. Joe Stickler had his astronomy class, and we'd go in there for labs, and that's, looking back at the stars and kind of falling in love with, oh gosh, look at that, that's cool. And anyway, but I come into it, well, it was history of things, of course, and of cultures and stuff like that goes together with our humanity. That what I teach is observational astronomy, which is old school astronomy, that looking up into the sky and say, hey, that's a star, what is that? And all of a sudden, hey, that makes up a constellation, what's
Yeah.
that? And it gets into the stories then, the mythology behind it, but then layers and layers of cultures that the Greeks saw this, the Chinese saw that, the Native Americans saw this, and what are the meanings to it culturally speaking wise, and that kind of rolls into the medicine wheel as well, which is another part of what I do. But going forward onto this, well, there's the ability to make our own shows, they say. And I've been doing it now for quite a while, and we have some good audio that I'd like to see maybe repurposed into something. So we'll probably need, I've been looking into how to animate still pictures. So that might be a fun one. And creating them within Blender is a program that they say is available to mix this into and put it up onto the dome ourselves. So maybe the class can continue in that capacity and a different direction of, still doing what we're doing, but as a different way.
Yeah, and I think there's so many opportunities for faculty to collaborate in making some of those shows. Like it could be a student project with some help from computer science and art. Like it really could be an all-campus event to put some of these things together.
And you want to see this thing continue and pass it on to some of these other students or people or staff or whatever.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
showcase of VCSU capabilities.
Right.
Yeah.
You like you're the dinosaur guy too, by the way. The museum with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I
you might want
just-
to rephrase that.
I just feed it and do the litter box.
Okay,
I know
now-
nothing about it.
I was just wondering, with all these constellations up there, are there any dinosaur constellations?
No.
Okay. All right. Just wondering. Okay.
No.
But all the constellations
same
came from the
era.
Greek mythology, though. Did they not? Constellations came through Greek mythology?
Well, and a lot of that, like I tell the kids, is that we are a Western civilization. So our language, our literature, our laws, our philosophy, our architecture, our mathematics, our sciences are all based out of the Greeks. And they're the ones that started our idea of astronomy. And that then branched off a side branch into Islam that came up with the star names and that direction of counting and naming them and establishing it as a science. And it comes back to us through the Renaissance as getting into the astronomy that we know today. But it originally started out as astrology, is watching the stars, paying attention to the planets, and what does it mean? And so, I guess if that answers the question.
Yeah.
it's just kinda-
It does, because I know we owe the Greeks a lot in our culture.
Well, and they wrote down their stuff. That's
Yeah.
that's the big thing of it too.
Chronicled.
You get into the Vikings, they did not do that. You get into the Native Americans, they didn't do that, and their cultures were obliterated, and so much information has been lost by not having stuff written down.
No, the Vikings were too busy trying to conquer the world.
Well,
Instead of
that's
writing
all you
things
had
down.
was lutefisk. You too would go.
Yeah. You had a high potato-based
Well,
diet
you're-
and fish, and it's not a good thing.
You're looking for other food, you know. You got to conquer somebody, then I've got food, you know.
There you go. What you think about British cuisine? That they conquered everybody and they still eat.
They
like
still
that.
eat that haggis. Oh,
Did they have pizza, you know?
Did they call it something different, though?
I'm sure they did.
Question I had, now this may be a more of a question for an astrology professor.
Astronomy.
Or astronomy, yes. That's another thing I was going to say. People do get,
astrology is
myself
bunkum.
one, astrology and astronomy, people can get those confused. Astronomy professor, what sky is the most colorful or most active? A winter sky, spring sky? Is there one that's got like the most constellations, or just has, or they, I'm trying to formulate the question, and it's coming out gibberish.
My answer might be gibberish. There's 88 constellations in the night sky.
Okay.
And of that, we recognize 33 in the northern hemisphere, and those are the traditional Greek and Roman ones. Of that, I don't know how to answer that one exactly, but the winter sky, I think, is we're most familiar with because it's the darkest.
Yeah.
During the summer, it gets, stays light for a very long time and doesn't get dark, and there's a lot of humidity in the air too, and that affects the ability to see stars. So during the winter, it's cool, it's dry, it's dark.
Cloudy.
Yeah,
More clouds in the wintertime? Probably.
not around
No?
here.
I
No?
think in
Yeah.
the summer,
Okay.
Yeah, the humidity, like I said, affects a lot of stuff during the
Gotcha.
summer. So, but I don't know. It's all fairly equally distributed out. That's something that I was making myself busy doing, was inventing up at the planetarium some aids, some educational aids, going back to my old roots of 35 millimeter slides and having to mask them and to opaque them and to position them and make the little projectors. And so that's how I've been wasting a lot of my time lately. And this kind of blows that out of the water. But no, it's still a useful thing to have.
What about the northern lights? During that time, do you get a great show in the planetarium then, or can you track that, or what?
I mean, yeah, you can predict and track when we're going to have northern lights. I guess we've never really exploited that. We haven't been like, because
No,
of this,
okay.
let's
The
get into the
planetarium doesn't
planetarium
open up
and-
to the sky to see anything.
Yeah.
So no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's
Gotcha.
what is it? Coronal mass ejection is the extra energy from the sun going out, then hitting our ozone layer up there
Yeah.
and electrifying. And so yes, we
Okay.
get a good view of it. But was it lately? They've had it down far south, so that's it's unusual.
Yeah.
But they keep talking about.
But we
it.
have a good video that explains the northern lights.
That's
So
great.
we show that to the crowd on Saturday.
Educational,
Yeah.
yes, very much so. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
When's the next show? Do you know?
We're just getting through
Do you
Christmas,
know, or
and
you
I
just?
don't
Well, we aim for the third Saturday of the month, usually like
Okay.
1 o'clock is kind of where it's plopped down on, and a lot of that's just because of my schedule. But I don't know, as Teather
I think you had one on the 20th, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
December
Saturday.
20th,
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
and of
Yeah.
course, for groups, we're able to. We don't charge for what we do. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. I mean,
that's nice.
So I don't charge at the museum. We don't charge here. We don't charge at the medicine wheel. I'm one big old nonprofit. And that trickles down, believe me.
Do you get good crowds at the shows?
It's hit and miss. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to
Okay.
predict. Depends upon what's going on in town
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're completely full, and other times 1 or 2 people. But it's not about quantity; it's quality.
Yes, definitely. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Anything? Oh, go ahead.
This new equipment that you have, what did it enhance? What did it bring to the table that you did not have before?
So, I mean, you've seen like a PowerPoint projection, right? Where it's just this image on the wall, image on the board. Well, we kind of went from having 4 of those projected on the dome to now having the whole dome be the screen.
Okay.
So it's just more visual.
Immersive?
And yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, it's certainly not 3D, but it kind of just has this 3D feel to it. You know?
Better depiction of a sky.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay.
You might want to get your answers straight here, people.
As far as the stars go,
I hate the sky of theirs.
no.
No. Ours, the Spitz is amazing. I will not trade that.
But within the films that are provided, I mean, there's just a lot of beauty in the imagery there.
Okay.
But if you're actually wanting to point out particular stars, particular constellations, the Spitz ball is the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I can tell people it's a very good representation of the night sky. Outside is much larger and far more realistic. But for a toy, it does a remarkable good job, and I don't think they'll ever surpass it. But this is cool in another direction. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Very good. Well, I really appreciate you guys
Yeah.
coming in here during Christmas break.
Yeah.
Well, we've been trying to get you on for a while now.
I know.
Yeah, the
Weather happened,
yeah,
and
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
No, thank you.
a big thank you to passing on the education
Yeah.
of all of this to students, the public, whatever, and it, like you say, it's on your time and not a lot of dimes collected from it. So
Well, we do have the Friends of the Planetarium, which
Okay.
is a way, an avenue for people to donate.
and we hope we have some people that are listening right now that would like to
Yeah.
do that. How do they do that?
I mean, if they search for the VCSU Planetarium page, there's a link right there. I forget if it says Friends of the Planetarium or donation
should.
to the
It should say Friends
Planetarium.
of the
It says something to that effect. You click on it and it'll walk you through it.
Very
It's
good.
like there's Friends of the Medicine Wheel, too. So that we just had that event on
Yeah,
Sunday.
exactly.
Remember, we had the winter solstice. So we were up there with Dr. Joe Stickler and freezing our butts off. But
Yeah. My daughter spent a few years building that thing.
oh, I helped start that,
And
too.
yes,
Yeah, back
exactly.
in 93. So
Yes.
yeah.
Good stuff.
And it's a great
Good stuff.
tourist attraction.
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
so many people that
Yeah.
are not indigenous to Valley City that visit, they say, "Well, what can we go see? What's unique about Valley City?" And usually Medicine Wheel Park is the first place I'll direct them. And
Yeah.
a lot of selfies get taken.
That's right.
At Medicine
That's right.
Wheel.
It's a beautiful overlook of the town.
It
That's
is.
something that's rare in North Dakota. Fargo wants when they got to start digging.
They are. They're digging every day. Just pull up into West Fargo before you get there.
What is it, 10 feet of dirt and 100 feet of pudding? Yeah. But anyway, but of that, though, to see it, but to understand it, there's a lot of interesting layers also with that, too,
Right.
with the Medicine Wheel. So it's
Oh, it's-
another thing that we're proud to have. That was Dr. Joe Stickler's vision
Yep.
to have a replica created up there and teach his students of his astronomy classes timekeeping the old-fashioned way. Lift with your legs, not your back.
And they kind of go together, the planetarium with the medicine
Yeah.
wheel. That's all one thing, and it's pretty cool. You guys, thank you so much. Appreciate your
You're
time.
welcome.
Tether and Wes, thank you for spending time with Toast N Jam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We'll have to show you the thing if you get time. We can run up there and look.
I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
Been there a few times.
How with the new system you have?
Yeah, you
No, I
got
haven't.
to go see
We'll
the new
we'll
one.
take a look at it.
Yeah,
okay,
there
I
you go.
will. I'm
Maybe
now
we'll
you
do
got.
a show from there sometime.
Well, we got to do that.
Should have done that today.
We should
We
have
could
done
have.
that
We
today,
could have
yes.
done that today. We're in the same building, for
My
heaven's sakes.
goodness,
Yeah.
there's ways to do that stuff.
Yeah.
We
Field trip.
We could be remote.
Yeah.
Field trip.
field trip
Field
is
trip.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah. Come
Field
down to the
trip.
museum.
Field trip with Toast N Jam at
Okay. The
planetarium.
There you go. We
My
go
day
to the
job
a
is-
night at the planetarium, not at the museum,
Boy.
but at the
Where's Ben
planetarium.
Stiller when you need him?
Yeah, the museum's my day job. I moonlight at the planetarium.
Yes. No pun intended.
Not many people can say that.
I moonlight.
Oh,
This
man.
is way out of there.
Hey, 30 years
I
in the
told
dark,
you.
it explains a lot.
I told you this show is going to be out of this world, and it is.
Oh, man.
Right next to it. Thanks,
Not you
guys.
can see it from here.
Thank you, guys. You can stick around if you
Oh,
want yet, and
goodness.
we'll just kind of finish her up today in sports history if you want that, Paul.
Well, why not?
Okay, 1972. 1972.
Yes.
Immaculate reception.
Oh, yeah.
Steelers turns around a 7-6 defeat with a last-second touchdown reception against the Raiders in a 13-7 win. Who was that guy?
Franco Harris.
Franco Harris, yes. On this day, 1997, a little more recent. I think we were all around.
Mm-hmm.
Tether, you were? No, you weren't.
Wait, what year?
97, you were here. Yeah.
I inverted the number.
1997? Oh,
Not 1897.
I might have been there too.
You were. Chicago Bulls coach Phil Jackson is quickest to reach 500 wins in 682 games.
Williston boy.
Williston boy, North Dakota kid. Sports birthdays today. On this day, 1935, Paul Hornung, Hall of Fame, college Hall of Fame halfback, also was a Green Bay Packer. I don't like to mention that,
Yeah.
but anyway, he passed away in 2020. On this day, 1942, closer to home, Jerry Koosman, American pitcher, Mets.
Appleton, Minnesota is where he was born.
Appleton, Minnesota, yes. He's still alive.
Yep.
1942. That'd be putting him in the 80s.
There is a bar in Morris, Minnesota named The Met because he played for the Mets and helped get it started.
Born on this day, 1963, Jim Harbaugh, coach. And on this day, 1969, born on this day, 69. This is kind of a sad note. This gentleman and his family were killed in that plane crash in North Carolina. He was the race car driver, Greg Biffle.
Just recently, yes.
Yes, has a birthday today. And sad story there. Other birthdays today, actress Susan Lucci, if you're into the daytime soaps, is 78. Eddie Vedder,
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, is 60. Close to retirement.
Yeah.
And Kirby Smart, Georgia football coach, is 49.
Okay. Not close to retirement.
No. Well,
He could.
he
with
could.
the
I mean, the money those guys are making, they can retire
Exactly.
at 49.
Yeah.
Okay. We have jokes of the day.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Jokes of the day, and I don't have them. They're on
Yes.
audio.
You're on.
We're going to fit those in, and it's with Grandma Nancy. That would be my wife. She had a chance to get jokes, Christmas jokes, from the grandkids last weekend. So we'll put that in here.
Okay. So they're going to be able to hear those.
Yes, they will.
All right.
Hi, Grandma. We're live with Kate Filling and Grandma Ost. Anything to say on this special occasion?
No, but I'm very curious about the joke you're going to tell us.
Okay, well, it's really funny. What's a math teacher's favorite kind of Christmas candy?
A math teacher's favorite kind of Christmas candy.
no idea. Can you tell us? Measurements.
Measurements.
Hello, this is Fran Filling. So, Grandma, are you ready for our joke?
Ready, set, go.
All right. What do you call a stinky crowd of people?
A stinky crowd of people. I don't know, Fran.
A multitude.
A multitude.
This is Liz. If you didn't hear it the first time, and I'm going to tell you a joke. What did the oak tree say to the Christmas tree? Stop needling me, or I'm going to leaf you. Hey, Grandma, what do you call an elf who's won the lottery?
I don't know, Charlie. What do you call an elf who's won the lottery?
Very wealthy.
Wealthy?
Hey, Grandma, what do you call a reindeer, really smart reindeer?
What do you call a really smart reindeer?
Reindeer.
A brain deer. Good one, Oren.
And that is going to do it for Toast and Jam this time around. Again, we've got to tell people how they can check this out, okay?
They can go to the Valley City State University YouTube page. You can go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And again, when you go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, make sure you subscribe to those. So that means you will get a notification every time a new show is produced and dropped.
And if you're totally confused, all you have to do is go to tostandjam.com. That's TOST, the letter N, jam.com.
And that's got all the past episodes as well. So
Yes.
lots of ways that you can follow us.
Yeah, if you want to check out all 99, you can do that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing to do on a weekend, just
Just sit there and binge listen to Toast and Jam.
that's
Whittle away 800 hours of your life. There it goes.
I don't know. Hey, we do want to thank our guests again today, Teather Sundstrom and Wes Anderson. Thank you so much. You guys are heroes and just rock stars. You're ready for prime time, I think, with that planetarium. You are.
Amen.
And thanks to Austin back there. Thank you, Austin. Eric Kringley setting things up as well for this week's podcast. We're presented by Valley City State University. We thank them. We're broadcasting from the Rhodes Science Center. And Toast N Jam with this holiday wish. How about this one? May your reindeer fly high, your elf jokes land well, and your Christmas be legendary. Toast N Jam saying bye-bye for now. Have a good one.